Welcome to High Body. High Body aims to introduce the fundamental anatomy, structures, and biological functions of the interconnected organ and tissue systems of the human body. In this episode, let's start our journey of discovering the mysteries of the structures and functions of connective tissue with High Body. Connective tissue is one of the four primary types of human tissue, along with epithelial tissue, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue. Connective tissue provides a matrix that connects and binds cells and other tissues and organs to maintain the shape or form of organs throughout the body. Structurally, connective tissue is formed by three classes of components: cells, fibers, and ground substance. Different combinations of fibers and ground substance comprise the liquid or rigid extracellular matrix to support surrounding cells. For example, the extracellular matrix of blood is liquid plasma, and the extracellular matrix of bone is rigid. The major constituent of connective tissue is the extracellular matrix with good blood supply, which is different to epithelial tissue that mainly consists of cells and lacks direct blood supply. All types of connective tissues originate from the mesenchyme, and embryonic tissue originated from the mesoderm and formed by elongated, undifferentiated mesenchymal cells. A variety of cells with different origins and functions are present in connective tissue. The cells in connective tissue are able to reproduce, but not as rapidly as epithelial cells. Fibroblasts are spindle-shaped cells with a diameter of 10 to 15 micrometers and can extend up to 100 micrometers in length, featuring a large oval nucleus and thin cytoplasmic processes. Fibroblasts originate locally from undifferentiated mesenchymal cells and spend all their life in connective tissue. Fibroblasts are the most common cells in connective tissue and are responsible for the synthesis of extracellular matrix components, including the collagen and elastin for fibers, and the glycosaminoglycans, proteoglycans, and glycoproteins for ground substance. Macrophages are large, amoeboid-shaped cells with a diameter ranging from 10 to 30 micrometers, featuring a large, irregularly shaped nucleus and abundant cytoplasm. Macrophages derive from bone marrow precursor cells that divide into monocytes circulating in the blood. Monocytes cross the wall of venules and capillaries and penetrate the connective tissue, where they mature and form macrophages to execute their functions. Macrophages are distributed throughout the body, are present in most organs, and may survive for months in the tissues. Macrophages are highly important for the uptake, processing, and presentation of antigens for lymphocyte activation. Mast cells are oval or round cells with a diameter of 10 to 15 micrometers, characterized by a centrally located nucleus and numerous granules in their cytoplasm. Mast cells originate from progenitor cells in the bone marrow. Similar to macrophages, these progenitor cells proliferate and differentiate to mast cells after crossing blood capillaries and penetrating connective tissues. Mast cells are especially numerous near small blood vessels in skin and mesenteries, and in the mucosa lining digestive and respiratory tracts. Release of the chemical mediators stored in mast cells promotes the allergic reactions known as immediate hypersensitivity reactions. Leukocytes, or white blood cells, are spherical cells ranging in diameter from 6 to 20 micrometers, with varying shapes and sizes depending on their specific type, e.g., lymphocytes, neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, and monocytes. Leukocytes originate in the bone marrow and are the transient cells of most connective tissue. They leave blood and enter connective tissue by a process called extravasation or diapedesis. This process increases greatly during inflammation, a vascular and cellular defensive reaction against foreign substances. Leukocytes do not return to the blood after arriving in connective tissue, where they reside for a few days and then usually die by apoptosis. Plasma cells are ovoid-shaped cells with a diameter of 10 to 20 micrometers, characterized by an eccentric, round nucleus and a prominent Golgi apparatus. There are few plasma cells in most connective tissues. Their average lifespan is short, 10-20 days. Plasma cells are derived from B lymphocytes and are responsible for the synthesis of antibodies. Ground substance is an amorphous gel-like material with a high water content that occupies the space between the cells and fibers of connective tissue. It acts as glue for cells in the extracellular matrix. Ground substance comprises anionic macromolecules such as glycosaminoglycans and proteoglycans, multi-adhesive glycoproteins such as laminin and fibronectin, and other proteins such as integrins. In addition to its major structural role, the hydrated nature of connective tissue provides the medium through which nutrients and metabolic wastes are exchanged between cells and blood capillaries. Fibers are another main component of connective tissue found in the extracellular matrix. Fibers are mainly formed by proteins that polymerize into elongated structures. 3 basic fiber types are present in all connective tissues, which include collagen fibers and reticular fibers formed by protein collagen, and elastic fibers formed by protein elastin. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body, representing 30% of its dry weight. More than 20 types of collagen have been identified and designated with Roman numerals. Among them, type I collagen is the most abundant and found in all connective tissues, notably skin, bone, muscle, tendons, ligaments, and dentin. Collagen fibers are large, strong fibers, mostly commonly formed by type I collagen, which provide high tensile strength to the extracellular matrix of dense and loose connective tissues. Although fresh collagen fibers are colorless strands, when present in large numbers such as in tendons, they appear white. Reticular fibers are delicate thin fibers composed of type III collagen, which cross-links to form a supporting meshwork in the reticular lamina of the basement membrane, found in soft tissues and organs such as the liver, bone marrow, spleen, and lymph nodes. Elastic fibers are thin branching fibers made of elastin, which provide stretch and recoil to the extracellular matrix, found in tissues such as the lung, skin, and vocal cords. Connective tissue can be broadly classified into connective tissue proper and specialized connective tissue. Loose and dense connective tissues are 2 general classes of connective tissue proper. Bone and cartilage are specialized supportive connective tissue. Blood and lymph are specialized fluid connective tissues that do not contain fiber and are immersed in the body water. Loose connective tissue, also called areolar tissue, has a semi-fluid matrix with lesser proportions of fibers. Its ground substance occupies more volume than the fibers do. It has a viscous to gel-like consistency and is not very resistant to stress. Transient wandering cells, fibroblasts, and macrophages are the most numerous cells in loose connective tissue. Loose connective tissue is primarily located beneath the epithelial tissue that covers the body surfaces and lines the internal surfaces of the body. It is also associated with the epithelium of glands, forms a layer around small blood and lymphatic vessels. Loose connective tissue plays an important role in the diffusion of oxygen and nutrients from the capillaries to the connective tissue, as well as in the diffusion of carbon dioxide and metabolic wastes back to the vessels. Loose connective tissue is also a site of inflammatory and immune reactions. Dense connective tissue is adapted to offer resistance and protection. It has the same components found in loose connective tissue, but there are fewer cells and a clear predominance of collagen fibers over ground substance. Rows of fibroblasts that generate fibers are crowded between the collagen fibers. Dense connective tissue is less flexible and far more resistant to stress than is loose connective tissue. Dense regular connective tissue, found in tendons and ligaments, is characterized by a high density of collagen fibers, mainly type I collagen, arranged in orderly parallel bundles, which provide strong, rope-like structures that connect muscles to bones by tendons and bones to other bones by ligaments. Dense irregular connective tissue, found in the dermis of the skin and in the capsules of organs, is characterized by a high density of collagen fibers arranged in an irregular interwoven manner, which provides strength and support in multiple directions. Cartilage is a firm, flexible connective tissue that consists of cartilage cells, chondrocytes, embedded in a matrix of collagen fibers and proteoglycans. Chondrocytes are responsible for producing and maintaining the cartilage matrix. There are 3 types of cartilage: hyaline, elastic, and fibrocartilage. Hyaline cartilage, found in the joints, nose, and trachea, provides smooth surfaces for joint movement and soft tissues support. Elastic cartilage, found in the ear and epiglottis, provides flexibility and maintains shape. Fibrocartilage, found in intervertebral discs and the menisci of the knee, provides strong support and resists compression. Bone, or osseous tissue, is a hard, dense connective tissue consisting of bone cells embedded in a mineralized matrix of collagen fibers and a calcium phosphate compound hydroxyapatite. Bone cells include osteoblasts, osteocytes, and osteoclasts. Osteoblasts build new bone, osteocytes maintain bone tissue, and osteoclasts break down old bone to regulate bone strength and calcium levels. Bone provides structural support and protection to the body's organs, enables movement by serving as attachment points for muscles, stores minerals like calcium and phosphorus, and houses the bone marrow. Blood is a fluid connective tissue composed of a liquid matrix plasma and cellular elements, including red blood cells erythrocytes, white blood cells leukocytes, and platelets thrombocytes. Blood is essential for transporting oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and waste products throughout the body. It also plays a crucial role in immune response, clotting, and maintaining homeostasis. Adipose tissue, or body fat, is a loose connective tissue composed mostly of adipocytes that store energy in the form of lipids. There are two kinds of this tissue: white adipose tissue to store energy and keep human body warm, and brown adipose tissue to produces heat. Adipose tissue is also recognized as a major endocrine organ that produces hormones, such as leptin and adiponectin, to help control metabolism and hunger. In summary, connective tissue, along with epithelial tissue, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue, are diverse and vital components of the human body. Connective tissue supports, connects, and separates different tissues and organs in the human body. The primary cells in connective tissue include fibroblasts for producing extracellular matrix fibers and ground substance, macrophages for consuming pathogens and debris, and adipocytes for storing fat. The fibers in connective tissue include collagen for strength and flexibility, elastin for elasticity, and reticular fibers for forming a supportive mesh. The ground substance in connective tissue is a gel-like mixture of water, proteins, and polysaccharides that facilitates nutrient and waste exchange. Thank you for your interest in High Body. Let's continue our journey of discovering the mysteries of the human body systems together. And stay tuned for more episodes from High Body.